The medical report card's information has been updated! Yes! With this new information, the meaning of that one particular statement totally changes. So I think it's time we listen to the testimony again, don't you? Definitely. No!
Chief Inspector.
What? You're not a waiter!
You're a cop!
He's a cop! What the fuck?
Ah!
That's an interesting development. Is this even
He's
gonna
an
do anything?
international
Oh, of course, the Japanese.
spy.
Of course, how foolish of me. I have to turn it the Japanese way. Well, that's unexpected.
Spy.
What is? Look, do you see it says the witness's name here? Satoru Hosonaga. Well, yes, business cards do tend to show the person's name. That's sort of the point. You're a fucking dumbass. It's his job title. Oh! Chief Inspector Satoru Hosonaga, primary criminal. Are you telling me that no one in this fucking court of law recognized the chief
Unless he's
Imperial
undercover.
police officer? Like, come
Unless he's
on.
undercover.
What on earth? I have no idea, but let's face it, the police have it was the fucking butler. It was the fucking butler. Like, he showed up and we're like, you did it. The police have
find out that it was his boss, who is an English woman.
Yeah. Okay. That's interesting. Alright, so we've got that now. Wait. Okay, so I don't think it's that specifically, but we've got this. Mm-hmm. So we need to prove that he wasn't actually eating. Or not, maybe. Yeah, okay, that's definitely it. What was the last statement? Okay, no, it's this one. Break that bitch! Wait. Take that bitch! I would like to say the answer to the question that we're all thinking. What here about withering? About what are you withering, lad? Call yourself a lawyer? I wish I could. But first and foremost here, I'm the accused. Ryunosuke. Everyone stumbles on their words occasionally. Under the circumstances, I wouldn't worry about it. Thanks, Kazuma. I could see it quite clearly in that cross-examination you just carried out. When you raised your hand straight up like that, so purposefully. You knew exactly what it was you wanted to say. Aw, man, I'm waiting for the pointing. They haven't pointed at each other yet, but I'm waiting for it. Don't feel like you have to choose your words carefully. Just say what you're thinking. Alright, and thanks for the advice. I have no idea why I'm here today. Koretkuta-san, this is a medical report belonging to the victim. I see, and I don't see. What of it, boy? Comparing what is written in this report card with your witness statement.
Something clearly doesn't add up.
2 + 2 = 5, bitch. I can do math. Dear me. Have you forgotten my words so soon, you amateur? Ow. Sorry, what? You are not to interrupt court proceedings with your amateurish drivel. But let's see if I can explain it in words you might understand. It was after 2 p.m. in the afternoon when the victim was murdered at the restaurant. Whatever he may or may not have done before that time is completely irrelevant. Elephants have nothing to do with this case. Remember, Ryunosuke, you don't have to use clever language or fancy words. Just make your point. Your Excellency, I believe we're finished here. There's surely no need to prolong this trial further. The witness testimonies the court has heard have been clear and concise. This medical report has no bearing on the matter at hand. For the simple reason that there's no one else besides this pale-faced pupil who could have... Shut the fuck up. I'm talking now. This medical report card has nothing to do with the case. Do you really believe that? What? The outburst half petrified me, boy. Of course I believe it. How could it possibly be relevant? Perhaps because Hada Clinic, which issued the report card, is a dental clinic. A dental clinic? Is that supposed to mean something to me? Perhaps if I told you that the victim had just had a tooth extracted. What's this now? And furthermore, if I told you that as a result, the victim had been forbidden from eating. Just what are you trying to say, cadet? He had orders not to eat, so what? It's all written up here. No food or drink other than water for 3 hours post-procedure while anesthesia wears off. What? No, what? 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 I'm legitimately blown away. What the fuck? Kuta-san. What, boy? What? As you just heard, when he was killed sometime shortly after 2 p.m., the victim couldn't have been eating anything at all. No. Additionally, his last meal before he died was his own molar. What? You have assured the court with unwavering self-confidence that the victim was dining alone. He did it! He did the slam! The big slam!
He's got his confidence.
But now that cannot possibly be the case. You have proof that he even took a bite of his steak? Absolutely, because I've got a picture of it, fucker. Just had one of his teeth extracted and it was still experiencing the effects of the anesthetic. Even the baby's shocked. Expertly done, partner. Babu.
I keep seeing, like, the little thing.
What? What is this nonsense? You little upstart? These are baseless accusations. Just look at this photographic evidence. See? There's a bite in it. Objection. Use your head. That's the very discrepancy we're talking about. Or can't you follow the logic? How dare you? I think it's fair to say that the tables in this restaurant case have turned. Wouldn't you agree, Ryunosuke? Alright, foot off. Yes, most definitely. So having just undergone some dental surgery, the victim was unable to eat. Which leaves one very crucial conundrum. Have you had your wisdom teeth removed?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Who in fact was eating the pictured beefsteak?
We had ice cream afterwards.
I slept for 2 days.
You slept for 2 days?
I slept for like 2 days straight.
Oh god, like I got off of anesthesia.
You were there, remember, for mine?
Yep, I got off of anesthesia and like I was fine within like
that was
30
like
minutes.
That was my birthday too.
Mm-hmm.
The court will hear the opinion of the defense on this new puzzle. I assume puzzle. Professor Layton, get out of here. I assume you're ready, counsel. Oh, you mean me? Oh, that means me, doesn't it? All right, that answer to this question is going to be pivotal. This is the start of your turning this trial around. Show them what you're made of. Got it. So, the person eating the steak at the victim's table must have been the victim himself. But didn't you just... It was me, Austin! I mean, it could have been the witnesses, for all we know. I mean,
the guy was saying he liked the steak.
They like the steak. As of yet unknown...
What'd you do?
I don't know if you heard that, but I heard my nail bend backwards.
I heard like a something.
There was a scraping sound for sure, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, anyway. Obviously, it can only have been someone else who was sitting at the professor's table. You will not let us go, will you? There was no such person! Yes, there was! Because I saw her!
when the incident occurred, we know that the victim couldn't have been eating anything. Yet we have evidence of a half-eaten steak on his table. Therefore, the only logical conclusion is that there was somebody else there eating it! That or somebody else put it there? Like the defendant? Maybe? We have strong evidence to support our assertion. It's clear that these witness testimonies are unreliable. Get them the fuck out of here. If the court decides to push through a ruling at this stage, I will fucking kill you. We will lodge a formal complaint with the Ministry of Justice and pursue a fair retrial, relentlessly. Kazuma. Are you insane? You would take on the government? Not just the government. Don't worry, Counsel. I have no issue with you. What do you mean with me? Porting! I have issue with them. Those two witnesses on the stand. Huh? What are you talking about? We have demonstrated with evidence that the victim was not alone. So if that now turns out that the two of you deliberately lied when giving your testimonies, obviously you will be charged with perjury. Oh my god, are they actually threatening this? This is literally like the fucking 8th game in the series.
And they're finally...
Come on! Everybody on the witness trial always fucking lies. How is this a new thing? I mean, technically an old thing because this is the first game in the series chronology, but whatever. Since this is a murder trial, you will also be deemed complicit in the killing.
Complicit in murder? No!
I gotta protect my son.
I gotta protect my baby. Negatory. There was no mention of this at the tactical meeting. I was just
following orders.
No. We're not gonna go into that right now. That's right. That's as the man says. Just say you never saw the gentlewoman. That's what they are told us. Oh.
Huh? What did you just say, Korakuta-san?
Drop my vase.
You were just following orders?
The wording of that statement is very troubling and I don't like it. Let's move on now.
Say you never saw the gentlewoman. When you say gentlewoman, do you mean you saw the victim with a lady from overseas? What?
Objection!
You're putting words in the victim's mouth, or the witness's mouth. These witnesses gave false statements. That's never been.
Is this true?
That's unheard of in the Ace Attorney series. Why would the witnesses give false testimony?
That means the butler was also lying.
I mean, I still choose to believe that the woman just ducked underneath the table. She's still there. Wouldn't that be a fight? She's still just there.
She's still waiting. She wasn't the one that fired the gun, but she was gonna be like, I'm gonna give you some special time. And she's still waiting underneath there. And then the butler came out.
No, you missed what? No, it's just one slip of the tongue.
Order. Counsel, explain what's going on here.
It's painfully clear now. You tried to prevent these witnesses from telling the truth. Absolutely not! The prosecution knows nothing of this! Then who's behind this? Who tried to make you keep your mouth shut? That's classified. Stop talking about my mustache.
It is the president.
The president of America! So you're prepared to be tried as a conspirator to this murder, are you?
You wouldn't. This can't be happening.
Ryunosuke. Judging from the way they're reacting to this, I'd say they were sworn to silence by someone with considerable influence. It was the president!
Of Japan.
Of Japan! I don't believe Oichi had any idea about it. What are you saying? I mean, to wield that kind of influence, There are only a handful of possibilities. It could only have been the government, the military, or the police, I suppose. Nah, it's probably not them. Who'd ever hear of a corrupt police? A police officer. Or the police in general. Impossible.
It's only a fairy tale.
That's only a fairy tale. Only seen in such like things as video games or whatnot.
Which this is
Wait a
definitely
second!
not.
Which this is totally not a video game. We can affirm who's tried to silence these
Everyone
witnesses.
presses R and L.
R and L to doubt. We tried to silence these witnesses. We can continue our pursuit. So we need to name whoever it was that tried to make the witnesses keep their mouths shut. It sure is a good thing that we inspected that card. Of course, we'll need evidence before we make any firm accusations. Evidence that proves whoever it really did wield his or her power here. But how? How can we possibly? Remember how we made progress before? We turned our evidence around. We flipped it, and we just spin and blah blah. Yes, we already did it. We did it. We need to examine everything. We already have
Remember,
the evidence.
Remember, they think we're baby.
We think we're baby. No time to lose. Quickly, turn the card around. Spin it around. Flip it. If it's proven that these witnesses have been manipulated, I assure you the penalty will be severe. Please, wait, Your Excellency, I had no idea about any of this. I swear to every Shinto god, there's like 1,000 of them too. I knew nothing. Even the god of lying, I swear to the god of lying that I wasn't lying. And what does the defense have to say about all this? Well, Your Excellency, no time to think. I'm just gonna have to close my eyes and shout out the first thing that comes to my head. This is not how you want to do this. It was Ulysses S. Grant, President of the United States. The only person with the necessary influence to manipulate the witnesses is the prosecution.
The victim!
The victim! It was the military man!
The judge!
The judge! Oh, he's not an option. It was me!
It was my friend!
Yeah, I'm just gonna do this. Well, surely that would be Satoru Hosonaga-san. Huh? The waiter who took the stand earlier? Okay, wait a second.
Poppycock!
Poppycock! I'm glad you're not accusing me, but what the fuck? What possible reason would the waiter have to make these witnesses give false testimony? Not to mention the fact that even a head waiter could not possibly have that level of influence. For once, I would agree with you.
If you were a waiter.
If, that is, the man truly were a waiter. Ha! I'm like 5 steps behind this whole case. If he truly were. Come on, Ryunosuke. Time to hit this court with the truth. The truth about Satoru Hosonaga-san's real identity as proven by the experiment.
He's a university student!
He's a university student. He's a...
I
did it! I was the one that told the witnesses to shut the fuck up. Because I wanted it to be proven guilty. This is the right one, right? Yeah.
Yes. Waiter's business card.
A plan of the restaurant sketched by the man in question? I agree, it shows a great deal of attention to detail, but I'm not sure we can conclude anything.
Sorry, Your Excellency, that's the back of the card. It's the back. The back of the card that's of interest. Literally, this is some bullshit on his part, because he wouldn't have done... He would have been like... Well, obviously, you can't make a photocopy, but like, he would have made a copy of it. He would have drawn it out on a separate piece of paper. Whatever. Whatever. It's the first case. It has to be the fucking easy one. Or perhaps I should have said, the front. Puts on sunglasses. Wow! Yes, it's the front of the back of the card. That's where the telling detail is.
What?
What? Would somebody please explain what this overexcited student is trying to say?
Flip it over.
Hasanaka-san sketched the plan of the restaurant on the reverse side of his business card. The front of that business card reveals the man in question's profession. His true profession. Waiters don't need business cards. Good. Good gracious! That's right, Your Excellency. The card reads, Chief Inspector, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. What? The waiter is a police detective. I haven't heard any mention of this before. Why haven't I heard any mentions of this before? The Imperial Police Bureau has immense power, absolute power, as far as regular civilians are concerned. So, witnesses there in the stand. Was it in fact the waiter who gave you your orders? Was it he who told you not to mention that you'd seen this foreign gentlewoman at the scene?
Well, no, sir, is my name.
My wife.
He has my wife, sir. That's why I was getting a blowy. You know, she got kidnapped, but I felt that... I figured if I'm ever gonna cheat on her, now would be a perfect time. Inspector Hasanaga.
I was worried something like this may happen. The moment you asked me to submit my sketch as evidence, I realized it was a possibility. We're gonna flash back to that moment.
Even though we just saw it.
I mean, I guess it has been like an hour or so. Of course. Here you are. I just wanted to show it off. He did act strangely when the judge asked him to hand over his business card. It's my guiding principle. But I let myself be distracted when I made that sketch. It was an unusually careless mistake.
So, you mean to say you really are a detective? Well, like, what the fuck?
Of course, I am the perfect detective. Why would a detective be working as a restaurant waiter? It's a hard economy, sir. Of course, you're... Your salary must be terrible. I was working undercover. Undercover? Oh, of course. Yes, there have been a series of incidents at the restaurant recently. The FDA has threatened to shut it down multiple times because their beefsteak is actually made of horse meat. Babies. That's way funnier.
No babies!
No babies! Incidents at the restaurant. What sort of incidents? Baby eating incidents. That would be classified police information, which I am not at liberty to divulge. However, I can state categorically that they are unrelated to this case of homicide. Narrator's note, they would not be.
Very well then, Inspector Hosonaga. But you will elaborate on that point, on one point for the court.
Of course, Your Excellency.
We have just heard new information from the two witnesses beside you. That at the time of the shooting, there was in fact another person present at the victim's table. Fuck. If that is indeed true, clearly you would also have been aware of this person's presence, having served at the table in question. However, your testimony did not allude to this other diner. Therefore, I am led to assume that in your professional capacity as a police officer, you required these witnesses to be in agreement. Would that be correct?
I'm dying. Correct, Your Excellency. Unbelievable. Who would have thought that the police officer would be corrupt? That's impossible.
What?
As soon as I heard the gunshot, I ran out of the kitchen to see what had happened. The victim sat slumped in his chair, and beside him, gun in hand, stood the accused student. Sitting opposite the victim at the same table was a young lady, whom I guessed to be an Englishwoman. So the truth comes out. I immediately sealed off the restaurant and reported the incident to the Bureau. It was then that I received some special orders. Special orders? You mean to say... Remove the Englishwoman from the scene at once. It was made clear that the Englishwoman's presence at the restaurant was to be concealed. Those were my orders.
You realize you were going to put an innocent child in jail.
But what if this Englishwoman was the killer? I think it would be in everyone's best interest not to pursue that idea. Literally, dude. Dude. The Empire views the friendly terms of its relationship with Britain more highly than anything at the moment. An Englishman has been murdered on our soil. To name an Englishwoman as the primary suspect... Well, without irrefutable evidence, that would be completely out of the question. Dude, I have a mountain of evidence. So that's the reason for the disappearance of the Phantom Woman in this case. So she wasn't hiding under the table at all. One possibility does spring to mind. What do you mean, Kazuma? Yume University is currently hosting a number of exchange students from Great Britain, and I'm fairly certain that one of them, studying in the medical faculty, I can't read tonight, research laboratory, is a young Englishwoman. Bah! You're a shrewd man. I can see why you're the chosen candidate for the overseas study tour. You mean, when I removed the woman from the scene of the crime, I thought it prudent to check her identity first.
Then the court demands that you name the lady in question at once, Inspector.
Okay. The Englishwoman sitting at the university professor's table was a certain Miss Giselle Brett. Giselle Brett. There's a pun here. I just know it. Giselle Brett. She's indeed a foreign student studying in the research laboratory of Yume University.
Well, the end sounds like Brett.
Yeah. Which is what you are. What? What is happening here?
Like, fucking excuse me?
I admit that under orders from the police bureau, I erased all evidence of this lady's presence at the scene, and ordered these witnesses to make sure no mention of her in their testimonies. It must now be up to your excellency to decide how to deal with this situation.
You will be arrested for tampering with evidence.
I'm a judge, and I'm going to be honest here. My thoughts on the matter are as follows. Thus far, the case presented to the court has been underpinned by a particularly critical premise. Namely, that the victim was dining alone. However, as we have now discovered that this premise is false, it would be a desecration of our justice system to ignore the truth and give a ruling at this point.
No! That would mean missing the noon deadline of a ruling in order to send the telegraphic report to Great Britain. Our own government will surely be very displeased by our such actions.
Calm your tits, counsel. I will not allow the government of our country or any other to influence the proceedings of my courtroom. Inspector Hasanaga. Yes, sir. You will locate this Giselle Brett and escort her to the courtroom with the...
Why would the bailiff not do this?
At once, Your Excellency.
But that means you'll be going against the special orders you were given from the police bureau.
I don't give a fuck anymore. As I said before, it is my guiding principle to carry out all investigations flawlessly. I'm starting to think that it probably wasn't the butler. There's probably not going to be another twist. You're like, ah, yes, the butler actually did do it. The twist was that we had to prove that the woman actually was there. Which seems odd, because I discounted her initially because it was like, no, that's too obvious. Nothing will get in my way. Not even this, except dying.
Except dying.
Yeah.
He will not make it to the woman and he will die.
I'm concerned about this, but we'll see.
Prosecution must call the English student Giselle Brett to the witness stand. Do I make myself clear?
Yes. Your Excellency.
Good. And we will have a 30-minute recess before reconvening.
I thought we were almost done! Okay. Well.
This whole game is just one quest.
Yeah, this whole thing... it's all one big adventure. To prove our own innocence. of November. Are you leaving me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I work tomorrow.
Alright, I'll stop
Early
here
in the
then.
morning.
Yeah, well, this is a good place to stop anyway. Me. I know I already saved, but... Thank you for joining me for another episode of Side by Side Plays. I'm Shikuquaza, and... Wait, oh, okay, this is a good game. It's actually gonna make me... It's forcing me to save, and I quit out. Which means I saved 3 times in a row, but that's whatever. I need to figure out how to change my outfits. I'm concerned. I want to know. How do I do it? Ah, they're only available in the second game. Alright. Boo! Look! Oh my God! There's a lot. Oh, okay. There doesn't scroll, but look at all these accolades. Oh, hold on. Don't read them. Don't read them.
I won't read them. I make demand. And my demand is for kisses.
Oh, I think you have more than that. You have more demands than that.
No, I
Anyway.
do, but the only demand I have right now is kisses.
I love you. Join me next time for more Great Ace Attorney Chronicles! Or more specifically, Great Ace Attorney... I can't remember what it's called, what the original game was called, but it's like Great Ace Attorney Adventures or something. Next time!